All right, folks, so listen, we're going to take a couple of minutes now to take a couple of questions from the chat board. Now, YouTube's been having some issues streaming as we've been doing the show live, but I know a couple of questions did make their way in there. So let's see if Krisily's picked out a couple.
I picked out one of my favorite ones that I've seen in a while.
Uh-oh, here we go.
You know, sorry ahead of time. The Crazy Newt wants to know, who do you think will get the first female lead superhero film or a superhero film with a lead female supervillain?
Well, I mean, let's clear. I'm sure this is what you meant, but let's be clear. There have been female lead superhero films in the past. What do you mean in this new era of superhero films? Man, that's a great question. Look, it's either going to be Wonder Woman or Marvel's got a plan for their Phase 3. Because remember, we don't know all the people that are going to be popping from Phase 3. All we know for sure about Phase 3 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Ant-Man. We don't know for fact what is going to be after that. We suspect we're going to see a Doctor Strange. We suspect we're going to see a Black Panther. But they also could, there's been some talks about, Miss Marvel. There's been some talks about some others there as well. I'm going to believe, and I'm going to choose to believe, with nothing to back this up with, that it's going to be Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman would be the next one we see. Dennis, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Wonder Woman. And I'd like to, I've been saying this, I'd like to see Jamie Alexander play Wonder Woman. I think that would fit. And I think the thing is they're trying to fit Wonder Woman into a modern context, and it's really, really hard.
Yeah, that's difficult, Schnepp.
Right. I was born of clay, and my God, the all-female island. It's like, well, hey, we got a guy from outer space.
Yeah.
Superman. So you know what? Like a good old lady made from clay is cool. Yeah, I think Wonder Woman, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do Miss Marvel. I'm guessing on that. Like Inhumans is another one, but Medusa, and they've already got Black Widow. So I'd say you'd probably see a Black Widow movie from Marvel.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do. I don't think they're going to give her own standalone. I just don't see.
Not even like work her into like a Nick Fury. I guess as a standalone. Yeah, you're right. So.
All right, what else? Let's take one more.
Silver Surfer or Ghostbusters question, guys?
Let's go Silver Surfer.
All right. Raviteja, I'm not going to pronounce that right, wants to know, is it possible to see a standalone spin-off movie of Silver Surfer? I love the character and the animated series.
No. I'm going to say no. Would I do it if I was the president of Fox? Yes, I would. Silver Surfer is a tricky one because remember, when you make these films, you cannot make them, and this is the turmoil that these studios are always going to find themselves in. You cannot just make these movies for comic book fans, because we, the comic book fan community, are an infinitely tiny segment of the population. We don't like to acknowledge that because usually our own circle of friends, like at this table, we're all comic book fans, but the people outside that door aren't. And so you got to be really careful that when you make a movie that it has the potential to please comic book fans because you want them to generate the buzz, but also can be appealing to a wider non-comic book fan audience. Silver Surfer would make a great movie, but there would be challenges there in presenting it to folks in a marketing campaign that will appeal to the non. It's tough. It's a challenge. Plus, I think Fox has some plans probably for him for their Fantastic Four Babies movie. I should probably refer to it just but whatever. I think they got plans for Silver Surfer. Maybe then a spinoff can happen down the road, but I doubt it. I doubt they'll do it. If I was the president of Fox, I would roll the dice and do it. I don't think they will, though. Dennis?
I would love to see one. I used to read Silver Surfer when I was in high school, and I think it's a great story between him and Galactus, but I don't see it happening. I mean, the second Fantastic Four, they're going to look at that and be like, oh, it's the rise of the Silver Surfer, and it was, slammed and it didn't do that well, and, everyone's complaining. Also, it's a character that I think might be hard to get the audience to relate to. I mean, it's a guy that's like just silver, I think people, are going to be not turned off, but like it'll be hard to relate to someone that's not quite human, I guess, in a way. It's almost like if a whole movie was just the Hulk the whole time. If there was no Bruce Banner, it was just the Hulk.
Well, I think it's the possibility is great. I would say make a Silver Surfer movie, but base it on him as a human being on his planet and what happens is he makes a deal with Galactus. Yeah. In order for his planet to not get eaten, he has to become covered in silver and go find other planets. But he has to also lose his love of his life, Shia LaBeouf. There's all these elements that can be the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie. Then he goes to Earth. I mean, if you read the Stanley Jack Kirby Standalone Silver Surfer from, I think, 1978, it's an incredible, like, graphic novel that has no other superheroes in it. So, granted, Fox also has Fantastic Four and they have X-Men.
Yeah.
So they can weave those guys in later, but you can tell the origin story of the Silver Surfer as a really cool science fiction film, I think. So I'd love to see it.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.